Alright. Welcome back to SirenSongGaming. It is evening, so I have a little bit more energy than normal, unlucky for you guys. But we are looking at our 100 Days to the Far Territory Stalker playlist. Let's get that journal open. So we are on day 9. We're currently in Pleasant Valley. We're in the barn. When we last left off, we were trying to figure out how to make some crampons. So I don't have quite enough scrap metal to make crampons. Need one more piece. So for right now, the plan is going to be, I thought about this a little bit, we're going to leave the 3 pieces that we have here. I'm going to try to find another piece, and then we can always come back here and make it. Or if we find a hacksaw, we can hack up some of these metal sheets and go from there. Let's see what we can do. So where are we at? I'm tired, a little bit tired. It's midday-ish. I remember there being some wolves outside, so I'm going to pick up this here bedroll. And let's pop our head outside and see if there's anything outside for us to explain. Or explore, not explain. Pardon me if my brain's a little bit fried. I just got done working all day today. But it's a good day for me to pull away from wifey tonight and make a video for you guys since I didn't get to make one this weekend. That was a long dark video. She had a telehealth visit. So from this time, we have about an hour so we can hang out. Look at this! Wow. Alright, well, let's go make our crampons. Ooh, hi, bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. You just stay over there. That was intentional. I'm not a poet. That was scripted. 100%. It's very abnormal that you see a wolf and a bear in the same frame. Usually one scares the other away. Take that. This target almost... Oh, he's running. Hi, Wolfie. So he saw us. Do you see him beeline the way he did? He was excited. So we're going to head back in here and we're going to make our crampons. It's also really windy out, so I was considering going that way and looking at those 2 sheds, but since we're now aggroed by a wolf, let's go ahead and make our crampons. It'll make our walking a whole lot easier anyway. Newspaper. Okie dokie. So, now, this is new from this new expansion, so I'm not sure if it was included in the non-DLCs or not, or as a non-DLC item or not. So console players probably don't have this option just yet. But improvised crampons, they're great because they require, you take scrap metal and you take leather. It takes about 4 hours at a workbench, and then you're able to have crampons. I don't really know the downside of using the improvised ones versus regular ones. If I had to take a guess, I would say they probably decay quicker. But it seems like you can only repair them once. At least on my other playthrough, before I got the new crampons, I had worn mine down to like 50%, so I did repair them. And I think I only got like 20% back. We'll test it out here so I can give you actual numbers. But I seem to remember only being able to repair them once. So what we're going to do is get geared up to make these. We have a good amount of light left, that 4 hours should be fine, and we should still be able to make them even if we're tired. So we're going to go ahead and queue up for the full 4. Actually, we'll do 2 just in case. So I'll do 2 hours on these. Let's get started. Okay, so 2 hours went by with no issues. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Sure. I guess I just have to let it finish the other 2 hours. That freaked me out because it didn't give me a gauge. I didn't want it to try to make a second set, but I guess logically I wouldn't have had the scrap metal for a second set, so. But now, when we look at ourselves, our boots are in good shape. Now we can equip our improvised crampons. Now we have spiky feet. It also makes really nice sounds when you walk. I'm stuck. So, it makes the sounds different when you walk across snow and things like that. So, it'll be nice. It'll also make climbing up ropes a whole lot easier. We won't lose the fatigue the way you usually do without them, and so on and so forth. So, that was our plan for today. We accomplished our goal. All we had to do is go play in the snow. So that's why we left that there. Okay. And then this I'm sure is no better. Not particularly. Okay. So we're gonna crash out here tonight. We are getting a little bit low on water. However, this section, I'm gonna guess we're gonna find some water here soon. Kind of torn between doing it now. I think we are gonna make some more water now since we're here and we're stopped. I was kind of back and forth with myself for a few minutes trying to figure out if it was worth the time to stop and do this now, or if it would be better to wait and see if we find water. But since I don't want to have to stop, and since we have some time to kill anyway, um, we are just going to make some water. So, I'm going to queue that up, get that cooking. Actions, harvest. It's a shame we don't have anything to pick off one of those predators outside. I don't know that I necessarily would want to eat all of the predator meat, but the less amount of prepared food I have to eat, the better. I am trying to keep my resources, especially the stuff that doesn't bring in predators, so the packaged foods, they don't draw in the predators like the other things do. So, like tonight we'll probably eat some of this food. We don't really need the health, so I'm probably actually going to fill up on bad food tonight on purpose. Worst case, we should have antibiotics. We do. Worst case, we take the antibiotics, sleep for 10 hours, and we're good anyway. Ah, shoot. Attention to detail is important, friends. It's important. Well, okay then. Let's get some of this in there so that doesn't happen again, because that was obnoxious. Also wasteful. Wasted a whole match. Good. Perfect timing. So, we're going to plop this bedroll down here. Drink some water. We're going to eat bad food, and then I don't have to carry it, and it doesn't go to waste. So, let's eat this sardines first. Because if I had to take a guess, that's going to be the thing that makes us sick. Wow, it didn't. Okay. Dog food. 28% is dodgy. Alright, we're still good. Candy bar. Watch the candy bar's the thing that makes me sick. Do we try our luck with the last one? We've done really well so far. Let's do it. Here comes the food poisoning. Wow. Okay. Eat cattail. Finish off our wheel because we are going for that well-fed bonus. And let's top off our water and we'll sleep. Cool. Let's do it. Boop. Sounds like a blizzard. It's fine. We're still tired, so let's sleep some more. We got another 4 hours in us. Alright, sounds much nicer outside. We're going to leave these saplings in here to keep curing as we go explore. That's a safe plan. So, leave some stuff here. Leave that single piece of coal. And Jane Doe can guard our saplings. Okay, had a brain fart there with saplings. Not sure if it's spelled right. It is. For some reason I wanted to put 2 P's, and it looked very wrong when I did it, but then I was not believing myself. Alright, so we're gonna crouch, and we're gonna run away. Hopefully that wolf went bye-bye. Oh, still pretty early. Okay. Let's see. What do we have? There's a wolf over there. Where's the bear? I've killed this bear from here. It's actually kind of nice. It's a great spot to carve up a bear. Because then you can cook it inside if you really want to in that burn barrel. It's a great, one of the better spots to do if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna micro harvest to get level 5 cooking, which you can do. It's very time consuming. It's not one of my favorite things to do. I've personally never done an entire bear, but I have watched other people do it, and it was an entire ordeal. Ooh, nice. I seem to remember leaving these behind. We'll grab them. I don't think we need them, but we'll leave them at the barn. But yeah, so I watched one of my streamers micro an entire bear, and it was like 80 pounds of bear meat that he cut into like 0.3 pound sheets of meat, and it took him forever to cook it all. So if that is something we decide we want to do, we'll do it, but it won't be on camera. That's something that I will not subject you guys to because it took a long time. So, trying to figure out, I guess we'll go towards that birch forest next. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, we were following this river. I did see a wolf pop his head up across the other side of this bridge. So we're going to be a little bit cautious. I don't think there's any other buildings around. I think this is it for a while. But if we follow this river, we'll get up to Timberwolf Mountain. And that's kind of our goal for today anyways, to get... I would like to end this video in the Timberwolf cabin if we can. If not, I'd like to be in the cache right below so we can run up into it the following day. Those are plans. Those plans will probably get turned to dust, but I like to have some plans for you. Gives you something to look forward to. I'm going to adjust one thing. Turn the game volume up a smidge because it looks like you're getting a whole lot more of me than you are game volume. Still trying to get those levels figured out. So I apologize if you are hearing too much of me and not enough of the game or vice versa. I try to gauge it off the levels on OBS. But I also had heard some people mention that they would like to hear less of the game, just because then they couldn't hear me talking over the blizzards and things like that. So, trying to find a nice medium. Did I see some birch stalks over here? Perhaps? No. Okay. Seeing things. I thought I saw some birch saplings over here. But I think it's just the extra branches that I'm seeing. Played a trick on my eyeballs. We'll probably... Do you see that? Right there? Watch that branch. Doot, 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 doot. That's trippy. Anyway. I will walk back through that birch forest eventually. Because I want some birch bark, but I don't want it right now. We're running a little heavy too. There's a deer. Right there. On the side. See him? It's probably a doe. There's a wolf on the ice. We're gonna jump up here. Try to avoid his fuzzy butt. I don't really want to play with him this morning. Boop. Try to circumvent that conflict as much as possible. Okay. So, I'm gonna head this way. some bunnies. There's some power lines up there, which means there's some buildings up that way. Probably. There's a bridge in front of us. Sure, let's go up here. I apologize if you guys hear any background sound. One of my dogs is chewing on a bone, and I think I keep seeing my mic pick it up once in a while. So, apologies there. Hopefully, if we start doing well on YouTube, maybe I'll put some money towards getting a better headset, or a better desktop microphone. But right now, it's just not in the budget. Unfortunately, weddings are expensive, so we'll get there at some point. I swear, I keep walking in circles. They say. Because that was Thompson's Crossings, which we left already. Oh well. It's an adventure, remember? You're stuck with me, so at least you choose to keep being stuck with me, so. We'll get there eventually. Wolves have a lot to say today. You know, and as much as I preach about going the same way and sticking with it, I am my own worst enemy because that's how I get stuck in circles. Is I was saying I was going to follow the river, and then I saw a road, and I was like, ooh, that usually means something. And if I would have not noticed Thompson's Crossings, I would have been there again. This weather makes me a little nervous. It's still a little early. Pleasant Valley is good for certain things, but it also can be really cold here. We're getting a bit of the it's really cold here right now. So we are going to have to look at tucking in somewhere, I think. Because this looks like it might be threatening to be a blizzard soon. At least it's not blowing in our face right now, because that would actually slow us down. I almost just walked right into that wolf. He still hasn't aggroed on us yet. Unless he has? He is, though. He's not barking. I don't understand. He's definitely... Okay, there he goes. We're gonna have to use a flare. Because... Can't light a torch in this. Yeah, hello. Back up. Just back up. Get out of here. Okay. So, back we go. I don't love wasting flares like that, but... I also don't like getting my butt chomped on, so... Some dog food? Nothing. And... another hunting knife. Alright. Stash it somewhere for later. Is this a roof? That house has a roof. Guess the rest of this is buried under the snowdrift. Okay. Nothing there. And we're at hypothermia risk because we are cold. We might have to stop in here for a little bit. Actually, there's a stove here. Where do we keep going? I don't know what the right answer is. Because if it does turn into a blizzard, I don't want to be out in the open. But if there isn't a house for me to cover in close enough, we might get screwed out in the open. This really feels like it's going to think about turning into a blizzard. This wind is kind of sustained. Let's head back to the river. And then worst case, we can run up into the barn. It shouldn't be too far if we need to. Oop. Ba-doop. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Let's see, can we warm up a little bit if we hide here for a second? Looks like it. Let's see if we can at least get out of the red with our cold. I'll wait here for a second. Alright, well, I'm not going to wait too much longer than that. We're freezing our butt cheeks off, we are. Oh yeah. Oh, the wind stopped. Okay. So, guess that decision kind of paid off. Boop. I really hate walking with flares, but if I drop it, there'll be another wolf, and then I'll have to waste another flare. So, but I hate the sound. Also, the redness on the screen bothers me. Yeah, it makes me weird, probably, but oh well. I'm weird. I've accepted this. Maybe we will walk through the birch forest and grab some birch bark. I'm so undecided today. This is what happens when I have what feels like a nice chunk of time to actually sit and play games. Not that, not that wifey gives me a hard time about playing games, because that's not the case at all. But after working all day and us not seeing each other all day, I feel somewhat obligated to make sure I set time aside for us to hang out. I think it's important. So when she has her telehealth sessions, she has one every other week. It tends to be time that I can sit down and do some things, like play games and etc. That kind of stuff. Play some games. Stuff like that. Because I will, like, when we're watching TV on the couch, play Pokemon on my Switch, or whatever other game I was playing on my Switch. I'll pick that up and play it. Because we're just usually sitting on the couch together watching TV, talking about our day, stuff like that. But, being streaming, obviously I'm talking to the general you and not her. So it becomes her hanging out, and I say that with air quotes, with me while I stream is more just her listening to me ramble. And she's not the biggest fan of this game. She doesn't quite understand how people can watch it. But she's happy that I'm happy, and she's happy that it seems like you guys like what I'm doing. So, she gets it. She doesn't get it, but she gets it. Yeah. She gets it in the way of do your own thing, but even for me, I don't know that she would watch these. She said she would leave them on her phone while she's working so that we get the view credit for it, but probably not enough to keep her interest to actually play the videos and actually enjoy them. So I have to watch out because otherwise all of my videos are going to end up being titled What is that? Oh, it's a deer. It looked, I don't know what color it looked like. It didn't look like a deer. Um, all of my videos are going to end up being titled, whatever I called the last one, Ramblings of a Crazed Mind, because that's what I am. I am a crazed mind. I ramble a lot. Oh, I played some Interloper this morning before I went to work. I got through almost 2 days, but then I got stuck outside in the snow and I froze to death. Not a blizzard, I just froze to death because, God, it was cold and I only had like a pair of jeans, um, and a t-shirt and a sweatshirt and a pair of sneakers. I finally found a sewing kit, so I was getting ready to make myself some wool hand wraps or some cloth hand wraps and a head wrap, but I didn't quite get there in time, and I was stuck in a situation of it's cold where I am, and there's no more clothes where I am, and there's no cloth for me to break down, so I got kind of stuck and made the decision to move, and making the decision to move is what ultimately killed me. I was stuck between freezing my butt off with no extra clothing and wasting a ton of resources staying there, and moving, and it was a little bit too cold for me to move, and I had already lost a little bit too much health, but I didn't have enough food to stay, so I just kind of got stuck into a no-win situation there. So I made the decision that I made, and then I froze to death, and then I had to leave and go to work. So that's how that went, but all good. It's all a learning experience. I got really excited. I thought that playthrough was going to go well because I did find a fire striker pretty early on. It started me in Desolation Point, so I looted through Desolation Point really quickly, and I was trying to get to the mine shaft to get back to Coastal Highway, and I forgot that there was a transition zone between Coastal Highway and Desolation Point, so I actually died in that transition zone because I didn't know where I was going, and I should have stayed in the mine, but it was cold in the mine and I couldn't make a fire because it was considered an indoor place, and you can't make fires indoors. So I just kind of got, I don't want to say shafted. I got lopered. So ultimately, would have been the best idea would probably have been for me to set up in a cave and get warm and hope that I could hunt some rabbits or something. But there's a lot of wolves out there. You know, I'm playing vanilla loper because I am trying to earn badges while I play. Um, so it's mean. And the only badge I have is the sprinter one that I'm using here. So, not probably the first decision I would have made because it sucks starting with level 1 fire making. I couldn't make a fire. That probably would have saved my life, but I didn't have any tinder, and I didn't have the time to make tinder, so I would have redlined before I finished making the tinder because I think it takes 5 or 10 minutes. So I needed a fire right then, and I might have been able to save my butt for another, I don't know, 20 minutes, but I mean, in-game 20 minutes, not out-of-game 20 minutes, but that playthrough is doomed, no matter what, but, um, I'm not getting frustrated by it. It's the same learning curve anytime you go to a new level. You know, the jump from Voyager, to Stalker can feel like a big jump. As long as you don't get frustrated with yourself, and you just keep pushing through it, you'll eventually break through. I mean, that the Stalker playlist I just lost this weekend, is the longest running Stalker playlist I've done. Or, um, and it's just strictly because I would get to like day 50 or 60 and I would get lazy and I would die. And this time I tried to make sure I stayed on myself about it, and I did really well. But then I pushed it too hard, and then I died. So really the best teacher for this game, you can watch all the videos you want, is making a mistake, because you're going to remember that mistake and you're going to say, oh, hey, I died to this before. Um, it didn't turn out in my favor, let me try something else. And it's pretty cliche, but, experience is the best teacher. So, and that's, not just for this game, it's any survival game you're going to play. Is the more you die, the more you have to start over again, the better the longevity of your playlist will be next time. Because once you get into a 200-day playlist, you're going to be, and at least this is how I was getting, is I was getting gun shy doing the things that I needed to do next because I didn't want to lose my 200-day playlist. But then when I would push myself to do them, I would be like, oh yeah, this isn't actually too bad. And then I didn't respect the boundaries of the game, and then a Blizzard decided that I had been playing long enough. So, as a couple people said in the comment section, RIP Elder Astrid. She gone now. So, not quite ready to get into bed with another Stalker playlist. So, that's not this one. Uh-oh. I've been here. So you have me here, and I'm probably going to keep taking a stab at Loper until I can get a couple days under my belt. If you guys had a chance to watch that video, I did put a Northgard video up. That was the name of the video I was trying, or the name of the game I was trying to talk to you guys about before. It's a game called Northgard. It's an RTS, so it is a little bit dull to watch, but it turns into a much more exciting game. So I'm going to try to get one video of that up a week, and if I see that there's more traction on that, I would say I'll probably push to make more. It's actually a really fun game. The mechanics are, it feels a little bit like a phone game at first, but my understanding is it gets a lot more intense. Because we are still doing the early story, so a lot of it is still, the first couple levels are a lot of, tutorial type. So those first few videos will go by pretty quick. But let me know what you think about what you saw there. I think it'll be a good time if it ends up being something that you're interested in. Just let me know. If you hate it, also let me know. If you think it's hard to watch, things like that, give me feedback. That first video is only about, I think, 25 or 30 minutes. I tried to record the first 2 sessions that I played. So the first 2 missions back to back, because the first one was pretty short. But unfortunately, the way I had my videos set up, I ran out of space. So where I had them stored ran out of space. So I had to move them to a different hard drive. And delete some stuff. So we should be good on this now. It's just where it was physically stored was no good. Hoping to stop walking in circles here. I never get this turned around. I think it's because I'm rambling. This is what happens when I start talking. Stop paying attention. And I'm heavy. I really should drop a bedroll down somewhere and nap for a little bit. Alright, where am I? Let's do something real quick. So we're about the midway point of the map. Which way is north? Let's do this the educated way, shall we? Let's see. Because otherwise I'm going to keep walking back to where I've already been. Because I'm rambling, so doing a little bit of a birch forest walk and talk. But that's not what you came here for. So let's get somewhere exciting. I feel like a lot of what I'm doing on this playlist so far isn't exciting, and I'm really sorry about that. I hate Pleasant Valley. It all looks the same. There's not much here. If you look at a map of Pleasant Valley, there's just not really anything here. So there's like the plane crash, a couple small outcroppings of buildings, and most of it's just like wandering through nothingness. So I have a little bit of a hard time if I don't know where I'm at on this map. I know enough about the map to know where I'm supposed to be. Just for some reason having a hard time getting there. Being over encumbered isn't helping. And we're tired too, so our weight is reduced down to 33 pounds. I would love to be able to throw a bedroll down here and just sleep for like an hour or two. Do I have any coffee? No, I don't. I don't have any go juice either. I have one and I really don't want to use it right now. It would just be wasteful to use it right now. We should be getting our well-fed bonus within the next day or so as well. That'll be nice. Okay, so I just kept making a left here and going back that way. That's what I kept doing. I kept seeing this bridge and thought I had gone the wrong way. I may fast forward through this for you guys. I may clip part of this walk out because this is kind of boring. So, if you've noticed that I've cut some clips out, it's just me wandering. That damn wind just blew out my torch. Alright. Okay, see our savior. We're gonna have to sleep in this dilapidated house tonight. That's just gonna have to be okay. Because we are exhausted. Thank God for auto walk. That's all I have to say. First bullet of the season. He had to go. There was no way he could stay. That's why that decision was made. It was him or me, and I chose me. I don't like to waste a rifle bullet, but if we're gonna sleep here tonight, he can't be here. So, I do realize if anybody is screaming at their monitors that this is where we already were. The plan for next video is going to be, I'm gonna sit my ass down with a map so that I stop getting turned around. So next video, I promise we will get out of Pleasant Valley. I know the last 3 we've been in Pleasant Valley, and it's been mostly me walking in circles. So, plan to rectify that, I promise. But here's where I'm going to leave you guys tonight. Love ya. Sorry for the last minute video. Sorry it wasn't the most exciting video, but thanks for hanging out. I will try to get something posted tomorrow. And honestly, I may wait to post this one until I have more content to tack on the end of it. I may make this a longer video, just so that there's something exciting that happens here. I've decided I am going to probably nick out some of the walking through the woods and things like that I wasn't talking, just to make it a little bit better and flowy. So if you notice any weird stops, it's because I was walking in circles and wasn't saying anything important. So just bear with me there. But as always, it was nice hanging out with you guys, and hopefully you come back for more. I promise I will try to get us out of Pleasant Valley this next video. I'm going to sit down with a map, stop trying to get, caught up in circles. So I will talk with you guys later. Continue your own adventures on your end, and go ahead and share them in the comments section. If you haven't done so already, please whack that like button for me. It helps out significantly. It helps me figure out which videos you guys like. If this is not a series you guys are too excited about, we can try something else. But yeah, let me know. As always, thanks for hanging out. And I will talk with you guys next time. Later, Gators. Alright, so it's morning time. Here's what I figured out yesterday. So the reason we were walking in circles is actually because of my stick trick on this map. So on Pleasant Valley, our stick trick actually gives you a western point, like I had said it might be for. So effectively, when I was using the stick trick, I was throwing myself west instead of actually helping myself north. I figured it out, so we're going to get to the prepper cache before I end this episode, like I promised. I apologize for my voice being a little bit different than probably 2 seconds ago. I recorded the end of this video the following day, because I wanted to spend some time with wifey after her telehealth visit, and then it got late, so here's what I did wrong. When I came and followed the river, instead of continuing to follow the river like I said I should have, past the bridges, I detoured east when I got to the first bridge instead of sticking the course north like I said I should have. So on this map, if you look at any of the maps, this map actually indicates that stick north is actually east. You can still use it as a compass, but you just have to remember that your stick north is actually east. That's all. So, we got through the night last night. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got our well-fed bonus. So that gives us 10 pounds more carry weight, and it gives us, I think, an extra like 10% on our health. So in order to keep that, we need to keep well-fed, and that'll help us quite a bit when we go
up to Edge Canyon, grab the technical backpack, and then head up to Summit. That's the order I'm going to do it in, because then we can bring more down from Summit without being over encumbered. I'm a bit cold because I did sleep outside last night. And is that a cave? No, it's just a rock. Okay. Oh wait, no, it is a cave. Excuse me. So I had to sleep outside last night, so when I woke up, my fire had gone out because I ran out of firewood. But there was a blizzard the night before. So it got to be a bit chilly. Oh, okay. It's cold this morning. Jeez. Took a nice hit of health from that. That's unfortunate. I was trying to get up there without needing to start a fire, but oh, it's cold this morning. We're gonna hang out in this cave. Otherwise, we're gonna be hurting. It sucks. I feel like I'm wasting time, but I also can't travel when it's that cold. Okay, that's a bit better. I kind of wanted to grab that deer, but right now we just need to focus on moving. We've spent way too much time in Pleasant Valley, and we have food, so we're just gonna keep trucking along here. I do think that that cave is a bear cave per the map, so we're gonna not stay there anymore. I'm assuming the bear's not in the spawn, because there were no bones there, but I don't need that to turn. And us get stuck between a rock and a hard place with a bear. Because the bear will win. There's a wolf to our right. 2 wolves to our right, so we're gonna veer off the path a little bit. I'm a little hungry. Need to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, the last 3 days of us wasting all that food will be wasted. So, but we have lots of cattails, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it. I'm gonna duck into these cars here, see if it's warm enough for us to warm up. I was hoping that was a hexaw. It's sweet. Sure. Okay, it is warm enough to warm up in here. Okay. Okay. Eat some of our travel snacks. I wish I would have slept when we were waiting in that cave. I just was worried that it would get too cold and we would start to lose a lot of health. Since we had already lost a good amount of health. I didn't want to get us into a situation where we potentially died just because of how cold it was. So, we should warm up in those vehicles.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Okay. More painkillers. Dude. Okay. It actually helps because last night I needed that log that I had to cut up so badly that I had to blow some lantern fuel to do it. So when we go back to Thompson's Crossings, we'll check for stims. Because I believe that note said that there were stems hidden in the piano at the church. I think it's the one at Thompson's Crossing. So we're at the point of disagreement right now, if you're looking at a map. We're going to continue west a little bit more, and then we're going to hit the plane crash, and hopefully we'll get some clothing there, or at Skeeter's Ridge. We'll duck down to Jeff Dodger's cabin potentially. We actually may not, I don't know. And then see what's there for food. So, that's the plan today. If we don't get to the Prepper's Cache, I want to at least give you guys that, and we'll definitely get there tomorrow. But I want to get somewhere useful on this stream today. So, from here, the way these cars are oriented on the map, we should be going this way, following this path down. So, because we came from that way. I'm going to make sure I don't run, and actually you can see those burnt trees there are a good indicator. I don't know if you can see that burnt tree in the middle of my screen. I'll put it to the side for you. So that burnt tree right there is a good indicator of where the plane crash is. Because it caused a big old fire over here when the plane went down. So. A word of caution when you approach this. There can be a bear wandering around here. I don't see him especially often, but I've seen him once in a while. So it's good to keep your ears out. Make sure you don't see any big fluffy bears wandering around. I promise you they don't want to give you a hug. They want each face. So don't fall for bear hugs. They're not pleasant. Or is really anything in Pleasant Valley. It's I've heard people joke and call it Unpleasant Valley. It made me laugh because it's pretty accurate. So it's cold, the weather's not nice, all of those things. So, and there's the plane crash. This is the little plane. This is not the plane crash at Summit, obviously, but this one still has a lot of good clothing on it. I'm hoping we'll be able to pull a pair of underwear potentially. Take that. All right, that's nice. I'm sure there's nothing here, but okay. Figured we'd look.
I need to find a place to rest.
Poor Skeeter's Ridge got destroyed by the plane crash. Oh, say I hear you. Where are you, puppy dog? I don't really want to shoot at you. You're gonna make me shoot at you, aren't you? He missed. Alright, and this is the basement. Good spot. I have seen some good spawns down here.
I'll take it.
Clothing and the like. So we're gonna search that plane crash in just a minute. There's another knife. We're not gonna take it because I think we already have two, and we're heavy. So, oh, okay. Well, that's food. Let me see. How are we doing on matches? Okay, we have plenty. I was getting a little worried because I blew a few matches being impatient, trying to break down We're gonna sleep here tonight. We need to make sure we don't lose any health. Because that wolf is right there waiting for us to make a mistake. Sure. We'll go back and search that plane crash in the morning. But I just want to break some of this stuff down, make sure there's nothing hidden. Doesn't appear that there is, but I'd rather look than not. And this is a safe place to sleep. We'll do a little bit of repairing. I want to check our bedroll. You lose about 1% of your bedroll every time you put it down, so 95% is good. We've been walking through a lot of snow, so I want to harvest. Do I want to harvest that? Yes, I have 2 cotton tooks. Okay, so we want to harvest this. We want to harvest these mittens. Now let's see, what can we repair? Let's repair these socks. And we can repair this cotton toque. If we have enough daylight to do it. We do. Okay. So everything else is decent. I'm not going to waste the cloth to go up 4% or 5%. These are borderline. I'll probably do it next time we stop. Our tools. We're going to drop this knife because we don't need both. We don't need both. And there's no limit to how many times you can sharpen the same knife, so it doesn't make sense to keep them. Same thing with these cans. These cans are a little heavy. So we'll drop all but one in case I need an extra pot. Let's refuel our lantern. Great. Found another arrowhead in that box outside. Gonna drop the charcoal just because it's half a pound, just about. We don't really need it. I would rather keep the hammer. The hammer's got us running heavy. What else do we have? These birch saplings. We'll actually keep those with us. Maybe we'll drop them at the barn with the rest. We actually have enough to make a few arrows. We just don't have a bow. Gonna eat this rabbit now. The other reason we were gonna stay here the night is I didn't want to go outside with that rabbit in my pocket. It would have immediately aggroed those wolves to me. But I didn't want to get rid of that rabbit either. It was free food, so it just made sense for us to stay here. Everything else is wood. We are gonna hold on to this wood until we get to the plane crash in case we need to make a fire there. I wish I had made some birch bark tea, but us being able to sleep here safely through the night uninterrupted should be enough health for us to regain the little bit of health we lost. Or should be enough, enough hours to regain the health that we've lost. So, cattail. go ahead and top ourselves off. And it's nearly dark, so we're going to go ahead and crash out for 8. So as of right now, we're up to 10 days, 18 hours, and 54 minutes, which means we are 10% of the way through our challenge, which means we have to start really getting aggressive about moving. That time, that's a blizzard, shoot. That time's going to go fast on us, so that's the other reason I don't really want to dilly-dally too much if we can help it. I'm going to go ahead and eat this food. I wonder if it's light enough for us to read a book. Let's see. It is, okay. So we'll just read instead of waiting. Still blizzarding? This will give us rifle. Firearm skill. Cool. So that sounds like it's done. Let's just finish this book. No, we said no more dilly-dallying, but that's weight I can get rid of. And... oh, look. We earned a badge. Cool. So that badge is for reading books. It doesn't give it to us, I was wondering. So it's reading a certain amount of books. That scared me because I heard all the wolves. I was like, oh god, what's this event happening? Okay, so we're only a little bit overweight now, so I'm happy with that. I would consider taking these with us, but take those. Yeah, we can still run well, so. Are we wearing all of our clothes? I just feel like we're a little light. Let's crouch, because I'm sure these wolves are out here. Grab this too. Because I'd rather use these short torches for wolves here. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, there's a box here. Go juice? Yeah, go juice. Okay. That's nice. Dog food. Alright, let's get back to the plane crash. But it's pretty cold here this morning, so I'm glad we grabbed that firewood. I have a funny feeling we're going to have to start a fire. Glitchy. Okay. I was hoping if we came this way we can get up behind the plane crash. No. Okay, we'll have to find our way in. I think there's a way you have to crouch to get through. It's been a minute since I've been over here. There's a cave here. Cool. It's a Polaroid. Nice. Some soda. Some cave lettuce. We jokingly say cave lettuce because somebody on one of the other streams that I'm on called it cave lettuce, and it confused the heck out of the streamer. So now it's the running joke on the stream is that's cave lettuce. So there's a deer there, and I see the tip of the plane crash. So we're gonna head back this way. Okay, so this is how you get back. Okay, so you do have to kind of walk back and around, because otherwise it looks like you can't get through over there. The way that the head landed, or I guess the nose. Same thing. Nose head. Are those mucklucks you're wearing? Ooh, okay. You're gonna blizzard on me, are you? At least we're here. This weather just doesn't want to be nice to us. For the record, I don't advise doing this, but since I know where I'm at right here, that's not actually the best place for me to cover anyway.
Jesus, it's cold. Oh, so cold. I'm on fire.
There we go. Sorry, I want to turn that down so I can keep talking. Blizzards are so rude. So here's where we're going to leave off today, guys. I'm going to sit here and repair and tear down all the clothing we just got um, while we sit here by this fire. So I'm going to do that off camera. It's going to take me a few minutes. But when we come back later, we'll come back. We'll be better geared, and then we'll kick up to Timberwolf Mountain. We're not far at all. If you take a peek at a map, we are at the plane crash by Skeeter's Ridge. Or the crashed plane as it's called. So our plan next is just to skirt up northeast, hit that abandoned prepper cache, and then tuck up into Timberwolf Mountain first thing. So we're getting out of Unpleasant Valley. Thanks guys for sticking around. Here's going to be the second outro for this video, so if you don't mind, and you liked this little bit of a, I would call a lame recovery, go ahead and whack that like button for me if you haven't done so already. It really helps out. And stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks, guys. I'm trying to keep it lively for you, so I apologize for it being boring for a bit. But you live and you learn. So now I have the map on my phone, so I can make sure that I'm always going the correct way. Try to keep this exciting for you guys soon. We should start getting to a point where it's super exciting very soon. So just hang tight with me, and we'll get there. As always, post your adventures in the comment section below. And we'll see you in the next one. Later, Gators.